Welcome back. You're watching World Business Today.
Now, OPEC ministers decided on Thursday that they would keep the production levels for their own cartel unchanged. The group has been benefiting from rising oil prices. They did express concern about the fragile state of the global recovery. But the Saudi oil minister and OPEC Secretary General told CNN so far that does not seem to have affected the markets.
But it's not affecting the market. So, which means the market needs whatever supply is being provided. So I think this is an ideal situation we are in now. The market is well supplied. The demand is on the increase.
No, $80 price will not slow down the economic growth. No, it would have minimum effect on the growth. Maybe if it will go higher, maybe I'll agree with you, but at this price from 75 to 85 will not affect the growth.
Well, OPEC actually turned 50 this year. It started with 5 countries in 1960. It now has 12 members and accounts for 40% of the world's total oil output. But since the breakup of the Soviet Union 2 decades ago, new and potentially powerful players have joined the game. John Defterios reports on the Central Asian oil boom from Kazakhstan.
The sprawling tundra of western Kazakhstan is one of the world's new energy frontiers. In oil parlance, it's home to an elephant field called Kashagan, one of the largest fields in the last 3 decades.
From our point of view, Kashagan, with $160 billion investment, is the biggest project in the 21st century into the oil market.
Discovered in 2000, the field has at least 9 billion barrels of recoverable oil under the Caspian Sea.
While the region holds a great deal of potential, it's not a simple place to operate. The weather is extreme, getting to minus 40 degrees centigrade. That means that the shallow waters of the Caspian and the tundra out here are under snow 4 to 5 months a year.
With high pressure and lethal sulfide levels, this is a dangerous place to drill. So the elephant field is lumbering 7 years behind schedule. Due east from the Caspian, this field at Alabik Mola is so new our helicopter pilot had difficulties locating it on a map. Finding oil is proving less difficult. The technical director from the state energy firm has already marked the next site for drilling. Kazakhstan produces about 1.5 million barrels a day. With recent discoveries, they plan to double that figure by 2020. Placing them firmly in the top 10 of global producers.
We have strategy to have plateau in that level, 3 million barrels. We will achieve that next decade, and we have resources to be on the plateau 40, 50 years. I hope Kazakhstan reliable partner for that moment and will be a reliable partner for the future.
2 decades after Soviet rule, Central Asia has become a strategic neighborhood. Kazakhstan has nearly 40 billion barrels of proven reserves, about half the level of neighboring Russia. Azerbaijan, 7 billion barrels. And Turkmenistan is home to the 4th largest natural gas reserves.
You have the vicinity to Western China, you have the vicinity to Russia, you have the enormous natural resources, and this, therefore, let's say, is the key place to go.
At the KAZENERGY Eurasian Forum in Astana, leaders talked about the global high-growth markets of the future. Instead of the well-known acronym BRIC for Brazil, Russia, India, and China, the oil industry is talking about BRINC.
The BRINC countries are the countries where production is going to be rising substantially. Brazil, Russia, Iraq, Nigeria, and Kazakhstan. But of those 5 countries, Kazakhstan is unique in that it is the only one that's landlocked. It's the only one that doesn't have beachfront property.
Kazakhstan has pipelines that crisscross its terrain to Russia, China, and via Azerbaijan to Turkey, being careful to balance geopolitical and economic priorities.
From the national security point of view, it's very important to balance our distribution, because one day one region is developing very fast, next day we don't know what may happen. That's why we should be interconnected.
The country's long-serving president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, described the current pipeline development as a resurrection of the ancient Silk Road. stretching back 8 centuries.
Kazakhstan's capital is a direct reflection of its presence on the global energy market. A dozen years ago, Astana was a wide open space. Today, the country's growing at around 8% after a sharp downturn during the global economic crisis.
A crisis buffered by rising energy prices and production of the black gold discovered under this remote yet rich terrain. John Defterius, CNN, Astana, Kazakhstan.
Well, you can see John Defterios on his own show, Marketplace Middle East, every Friday. It's on at 11:45 p.m. in Abu Dhabi, 8:45 p.m. in Central Europe, right after Quest Means Business. And, of course, here on CNN International. Maggie.